Had my mic muted. I did have a rage moment. I'm not proud to say after the stream went out. I did say a few cuss words, so I wanted to make sure I at least kept the mic on mute. So, yeah, that's what that was. Yeah, everything looks like it's running smoothly here. Frames aren't dropping now, so what's that? Yep, it looks like we're good. Looks like we're good, thank goodness. Because I was really frustrated. I actually swore a little bit after the stream went off. I mean, I let cuss words fly on here every once in a while, but I don't do it often. Hmm? I'm about to say, what happened to my music now? Come on, man. Now I gotta shift my attention to sharing the new link now. But that's the other reason why I didn't want to restart the stream. It's because of reasons just like that. Yeah, it just started to. It just got so much worse. Like I was dropping frames at almost a 50% rate. You start doing that, the stream's probably moments away from crashing. Mom used to explain to me she's real sweet. She just comes with the extra flavor text. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't judge anyone for swearing. I do it too, especially at work. You can ask the guys. Every once in a while, you'll see some of my coworkers pop in. They're all good people for the most part. But yeah, I'm guilty of swearing. I cannot deny. But with this now, we can also get the DOT cameras up now. I'm really trying to figure out which ones to pick here because there's so many. I think I'm gonna go with Tupelo first because I remembered one of you guys. In the midst of everything, I couldn't remember who exactly said, but Tupelo looked like it had a lowering with it. All right, let's see if we're facing off to the west here. Okay. Music loud again though. We're about to switch the outlets now though. So we'll fix it. We'll get everything set up beautifully now. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna go with this camera over here that's off of I-22, and then I'm gonna show you that one. Because I think that Tupelo is a little bit past where the point of rotation is at this point. Should I go south or should I go west? I'm gonna go with west. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. Hey, welcome back, voice. Hey guys, make sure you hit that like button, by the way. It's a brand new stream, unfortunately, so now I have to ask all of that all over again. I don't even think I've gotten a chance to like my own stream, which is crazy. Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, I'm pinning that, by the way. Okay, so we'll get the music on momentarily. What we're gonna do right now is get this camera up here. Sometimes I forget, I fail to understand just how much abuse I put this computer through. Okay. So it's not showing the camera. I can fix that though. Should be better now, or closer. Oh, okay, that's what the issue is. Hang on. Hang on. Come on, work with me, please. Why do you have to be so difficult? And there it is doing that weird thing again. I don't understand why. I wish Sid was here so that way I could ask him some more questions. But anyway. Okay. Got that. We're gonna have to do a little bit of reworking here. But damn. I don't know why the cameras sometimes come out backwards on here from time to time. But there we go, we got it up now. Going just outside of Tupelo here. Alright, now we got that. Let's go ahead and fix this next. Okay. We'll get Alabama up in just a moment to go along with it. Gotta put my phone back together too, because that's how I was playing the music earlier. I don't know if this is the right way either. I think I know what I can do though. Yep. Okay, so let's get that back. Okay. Like that. Lots of new convection around it, so it's trying to reorganize. I'll check that out in just a moment here. And I put this case on the wrong way. Isn't that lovely? Just a reminder, guys, don't forget to hit that like button. Okay, here we are. Okay, good. Got that rolling now. At least this way I can like my own stream. Jeez. Oh, I just saw the notification that Ryan's live. Isn't that something? Okay. Got that. Let's get the music up. Sheesh. Pretty active day for a slight risk, right? Pretty active day. And that's the thing with those slight and those marginal risks. You never know what you're going to get. Got several states with severe thunderstorm warnings right now. And severe thunderstorm watches. A couple of tornado watches as well. Alright. Finally, I can like my own stream. Took long enough. Hit that like button, Ty. Ha! Alright, alright. Very funny. Okay, almost set with the music now. Okay. Alright, we're past 10 again, so we're getting somewhere. We just need more of our old viewers back. Dang it, man. That's exactly why I was hoping I wouldn't have to restart it. Alright, there we go. Now it feels like our stream again. Alright, so we have our Mississippi camera here. Now we're getting our Alabama cam up here. So we're facing off to the southwest off of US 31 on Alabama 20. So you can kind of see in the background where the storms are coming in too. Alright, so that's our camera network. We're closer to being at full capacity, I would say. Let's see if I can't get anything up towards Kentucky too. This area is a little less densely populated too, over towards Madisonville, so it might be harder to get something there. I'm gonna try. Yeah, nothing over here towards Madisonville right now. Oh, there's a storm chaser out here after all. Wonder who this is. I want to click on it to see, I just don't want to get in trouble. This is one of the times where I actually will be nosy. Also, one other thing about the Alabama camera, it goes out after about like 90 seconds, so if you see it go out, don't be alarmed, I just have to refresh it. As far as the stream itself is concerned, okay, this is Jason Cooley. Turn off Discord while I'm There we go. Oh. Well. Oh, wait. Wait. Have we lost the camera? Is it not working anymore? Yeah, it's not moving, so maybe there's something wrong with the camera now. Okay, there it is. Yeah, I just had to refresh it a second time. Okay. Alright, now it feels like we're at full capacity. We finally relax for a minute. I stand corrected. I'll get that camera back up in just a second. Daggone it. Alright, new poll for you guys to vote on. Since we lost the old one. Slightly reworded. We tried to be a little bit slick with it, but either way. It's relatively similar to what we had. Alright, let's get this camera back up. See if we can't get any kind of visual here. I think this is just going to be a little bit too far off towards the west, though. Hey, welcome back, Torex. Yeah, there are a lot of severe thunderstorm warnings. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I was like, there's potential, but you never know on these slight riskers. Sometimes they can be big, sometimes they can be nothing, and today seems to be on the higher end of the spectrum. Alright, making sure that I have this shared to social media as well while I'm at it. Yeah, I might not get a view of this storm from this Alabama camera, so I might not hold on to it. If it had much more shear, yes. It's just that tiny little corridor where we had shear. Yeah, this could be a huge day. This could have been a huge, huge day. I mean, it. In all fairness, it did have a day 6 slight with it. Or actually, I think it might have even been day 7. But yeah, just look at this line of severe thunderstorms pretty much stretching all the way from Greenville back towards El Dorado here in Arkansas. Or actually off to the east of El Dorado. And then we're even starting to get warnings in Texas now too to go along with it. So yeah, pretty crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna let go of this camera for now because I mean obviously we aren't gonna get a view of it. We're just a little too far off to the south here, and we're looking southwest, so it's gonna be on the. It would have been on the far right hand side of the screen. Just less than ideal, really, in this situation. Cut that off for now. We'll just keep an eye out for anything else that goes through Alabama, even though I really think northwest side is going to be the most active part. Get some water here. I wonder if Weatherwise gets storm reports too. Does anybody know? A little later this week, though, I will be buying radar scopes, so it won't matter. But I kind of like this layout more. Alright, everybody, make sure you're hitting that like button, by the way. There's literally a whole cluster of severe thunderstorm warnings over towards Caryville, Texas. And it's in a radar hole too. There's got to be something really impressive going on here. Here's some hail. This is golf ball size hail here, so you guys aren't picking Texas. That might be a bad decision there. You might want to keep an eye on Texas here. It's a whole lot of energy that's been untapped. Yeah, feel free to go ahead and shoot. I'll be able to read it. Computer's stable now, so I can do just about whatever I want. Alright, so we're going to be doing a little bit of moving around here now. This still has an impressive hook on it. Just doesn't seem like it's able to get to the surface here. I'm thinking that in this case right now, the rotation is probably still elevated if it is spinning. Yeah, rotation's still broad, but there is something popping up right here for me. There's actually a couple different points. It's almost like this is becoming a shear line, like it's struggling with outflow. It's not outflow dominant, but it seems like it's on the cutting edge of becoming that. I want to see how this is trending off the last few scans too. Alabama's still holding strong with that hail. Like I said earlier though, any of those options in that voting poll are very feasible. Oops, I forgot the Discord's open, and that as a result. Let's get that back. I need to fix myself something to eat in a little bit here. It's been a while since we last ate. Since I last ate. Seems like it could be a pretty lengthy evening here. Oh, you're heading out, Torex? Alright, man. There's some things I'm adjusting to Amputee, but I like it. I like the layout for sure. There's still some questions that I have in regards to like hail reports, tornado reports, that kind of stuff, but overall I can't really complain, especially for an application that's free. I like all the features that we have at our fingertips here. It doesn't really feel all that different. I just need to get cleared to use the has cams. That's the only thing. So they go by the has cam network. So once I get that straightened out, then we can probably get some better views here. But for right now, we got what we got. And then at some point, I could get to a point where I could talk some business with some chasers too. That would also be great, but small steps. I just need to figure out if I can verify that. Once I do, we're good. But yeah, I don't even know if they have like a paywall here. I think the thing, yes, they do have a chaser network. The thing about it is, though, with chasers, I think that's an individual thing. You have to be cleared to use their footage. Last thing that I would want to do is steal their footage, especially with how much time they spend away from their families and whatnot. And then also just the expenses that come along with chasing in general. Yep, it's just weatherwise.app. That's all you have to do is type in weatherwise.app, and you can either download it onto your phone or you can use it on your computer like I'm doing right now. It's pretty easy to use, if I were to say so myself. Oh yeah, I already ended my subscription with the with Radar Mega. So, like I said, today was actually supposed to be the last day that we were going to be streaming with them, but considering the strain that it has on my computer, I could probably use it now, but just kind of a moot point. I may as well take my time trying to get familiar with this, even though today is still technically a lower end event. I would go as far as to say that, you know, excuse me. I'll go as far as to say that better late than never. I'd rather do this on a day like today versus a big event where we have a full-on tornado outbreak and I'm still trying to learn how to use this thing properly. So we'll go through the growing pains now. But yeah, if I can, if they have a desktop version, I'd have no problem paying these guys. Not at all. I'd be more than happy to. I don't know how much it costs a month, but yeah, I'd be more than willing to pitch in. The only things that I would really want from this app, actually, I would love it if we could get a multi-regional scan, especially to cover winter weather, kind of like how Radar Omega has. But I think outside of that and being able to be assured that we'll be able to get storm reports, which I'm sure is coming soon anyway, I have no real complaints. That and a way to turn off the feature where the warnings are moving along with the rest of the loop. Because the first time I used this during a stream was during the high risk, and we mistakenly sounded the siren for a tornado emergency that had already been issued. Really, that's just the thing. I want my siren to mean something. I don't want to just sound it just cause most of the time. I'm glad some of y'all like it though. Here comes a heavy bank of rain over here. This is just to the east of Tupelo here. This is towards like Tremonti. Had a damn carpet beetle land on me. Thought I got rid of them all. I'd gotten it to slow down here. Yeah, this camera's buffering a little bit. Maybe that signal's starting to go because of that weather. We have 36 warnings right now. 26 of them are severe thunderstorm warnings. Good grief. We're starting to get 2-inch hail warnings in Arkansas now too. Did I include Arkansas in that poll? Nope, I sure did not. It's too many options, man. Alright guys, you guys don't want to pick Texas? You guys don't think Texas could do anything? They have warnings right now and they have a watch to go with it. So, I mean, alright. I'm trying to figure out which one has the 2-inch hail report over here. Yep. Oh, we found it. There it is. So Ashley County in southeast Arkansas, Morehouse Parish in northeastern Louisiana. These aren't the fastest moving storms either, so there's going to be a notable flooding threat to go along with these. Keep in mind, we also have the main line that we have to watch over as well. And also, there's another thing with these storms. They're going to have a lot of energy to spare as we get later into the evening. So there's a chance I may have to go offline once we get towards like maybe 11 or 12 if this continues for too long here. Hopefully the tornado threat stays kind of low, but severe thunderstorms still can be just as dangerous. Just want to make sure we are reiterating that. Okay. Speaking of meso discussions, we just pulled those back up and we have several new flash flooding meso discussions there too. So, at least we're doing good with the forecasting today. If the tech isn't working, at least the forecasting is, right? See where that main line is. Give me a second here. There's no point in keeping the TV on. The NASCAR race has already been over. Oh, somebody did bid Texas now. All right. I think Texas might be a sleeper here. See what all these warnings have right now over towards Texas while we're at it. Oh, the hail's been observed over there. Starting to get some reports coming in. Ooh, these storms in Texas are moving super slow though. These are moving at like 15 to 30 miles an hour. Oh, you voted Texas. Can't blame you. I mean, you guys do get a lot of hail. This is your hail season, too. Yeah, it looks like your area is going to be spared tonight, though, from the looks of it. You still might get a little bit of thunder and lightning, but I expect it to be pretty calm over towards where you live, amputee. So, pretty chill night for you. Wait, hang on, hang on, let me turn this down a little more. Let's shift back over. Man, Mississippi is going to be slammed tonight. Like I said, I really wouldn't be surprised if we ended up getting some flash flooding here. If we get some flash flood warnings, I'm going to try to see if I can't get any cameras over towards Greenville at the very least. Because look at all the activity we have here. Just nothing but severe thunderstorms over this area. Just all congealing together, one on top of the other here. It's just a big mess of rain and lightning and potentially some hail, damaging winds to go along with it. And there's enough energy in the atmosphere to keep these storms going. Oh, we have a three-way tie, by the way, on that voting poll here. Some of y'all think Alabama will have the largest hail report tonight. Mississippi, you say Mississippi. Some of you are saying Texas now. So, the three-way tie between 7 votes is really something here. Loving the engagement, by the way, guys. Thank you. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. Okay, now that we're stable, well, hopefully we're stable. It seems like we are, but now that we're stable, I can happily talk about that without any worries here. Okay, so Zulu time. Well, okay, so here's a good example. This is from my area, Eastern time. I think you're Eastern time as well, if I remember correctly. But daylight savings time and standard time make it a little bit sketchy. But since we're in daylight savings time, we'll start with that first. So you would look, so for daylight savings time, it's 4 hours of difference. So daylight savings, let's say you were looking at OOZ for Zulu, or it's midnight in Zulu time, right? That would be 4 hours of difference. So in Eastern time, that would be 8 o'clock, 8 p.m., right? and then 7 p.m. because it would go to 5 hours since we're going to Central Time. So 7 p.m. to 6 p.m. for Mountain, and then Pacific Time would be 6 hours of difference. If you're going by Standard Time, then it's a 5-hour difference. So again, we'll use the same time frame here. You're looking at midnight in Zulu. You're talking about Eastern Time being at 7 o'clock, 6 o'clock Central, 5 o'clock Mountain, and 4 o'clock Pacific. Oh, you have a GMT watch. Nice. Well, the thing is, voice here is learning how to read the weather models, and you know how a lot of those weather models are on Zulu time, so there is that. Isaiah, it's essential if you're going to look at weather models, man. It's not as hard as you think it is. It just looks weird. It takes a lot of adjusting, but once you start to figure it out, it's not that bad. I would expect more in the way of showers and storms, yes, but I can't guarantee severe weather, Mike. At least not yet. We're going to have to wait to see whether that ends up verifying or not. But the weather pattern does kind of favor it right now. We still got some good lightning going on over here in this camera that we got. We have another storm that's also heading towards the Tupelo area as well. April is severe season. Is that a new warning? Oh, do we have a tornado warning here? It looks like we do. Get this siren to sound if I can, please. Thank you. Okay, there we go. Alright, let's go ahead and see what we got here. Uh-oh, this is outside of... I'm tired of seeing Rolling Fork under tornado warnings, man. I almost can remember this county by heart now. This is Essequibo and Sharkey counties. Of course, yes, it's always Rolling Fork. This is located directly over Rolling Fork. It's moving east at 20 miles an hour. This also has golf ball size hail with it as well, according to radar. It's going to be over Rolling Fork for at least another 6 minutes, possibly, along with Anguilla. Yeah, this is like the 6th time this year that this county has been under a tornado warning. Probably more than anywhere else. Yeah, but I bet this doesn't make them feel any better, that's for sure. As far as the rotation's concerned, it looks like it's somewhat broad though, so there's some good news there. It's kind of hard to see it. It's like maybe right over here. Looks like our chaser here is actually in a really good spot. I wish I could look at his feed without getting in trouble. But yeah, that's Jason Cooley that we're looking at here. Yeah, that last scan before was looking pretty impressive. Yeah, but it looks like it went away pretty quickly as well. Let's hope it stays that way. There was a scan on there that actually looked really suspicious. Yeah, it definitely looked like it weakened. There's a chance that it might have briefly touched down even. It would not surprise me if it did. See a new area of rotation kind of forming on the backside of this, and it looks like it'll stay off to the west of Rolling Fork, but Anguilla might be the next point of interest here. Check and make sure that camera's still working over here in Mississippi. Yep, we're still good. Yeah, we're still rolling. Hey, G bro. Alright. We got a new camera over here in Alabama we're about to add into the mix. Oh! Did we lose? Oh, okay. Okay, that was a big flash of lightning that I saw there. I'm about to show you guys. Oh. Uh-oh, we might have lost that camera already. Yeah, we're getting some big lightning flashes in Alabama now. This is just outside of where that Tupelo storm is. I think we've lost the tornado warning, by the way, now. Yep, warning is gone. Wait, maybe not. No, it's still there. Yeah, that camera, yeah, that area is taking a beating right now when it comes to the weather. Oh, here comes the rain. Look at the, oh, it's coming in sheets. That is some heavy lightning right now. Yeah, it's coming down so heavy that they're using uh-oh. Did I make a duplicate stream here? Uh-oh. See if I can't fix things here. Where am I from? I'm from Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. Alright, now I got that straightened out. Oh, I didn't want to make a duplicate stream, that's for sure. Would have done me no good here. Wow, you can barely see anything on the camera. Weather's calm right now. We're pretty warm. We're probably going to get a little bit of rain from this system late this evening. Wouldn't expect much of anything of significance here. Might be a messy morning commute to work. That's about it. Nothing that I'm really concerned with from my area. Wow, you really can't see anything over there. One thing that I don't think is getting talked about enough for this area is the flash flooding threat. You can see these storms are pretty much lining up one behind the other. So regardless of the tornado and severe thunderstorm threat, the flood threat is going to be pretty significant, because we're going to have a classic case of training storms just going over the area one after the other here, and all of these are big time heavy rain producers. I think we might have a new tornado warning, by the way. Oh wait, no, it's just one still. For a second I thought I saw two at the corner of my eye here. Yeah, tough sledding for you guys. You got a little frontal boundary coming through now. Fortunately, it's not going to be long-lasting cold or anything like that. Alright, I'm going to turn this one down because that might be a little bit much for you guys' ears. Let's go to 5. There you go. That might be a little bit too much still. Let's go to about maybe 2. I mean, there's always a chance if there's any storms that do end up developing, but right now in the short term, like, I would say no. But it's hard to forecast anything at that long a range. You don't have much in the way of model data that goes out that far. And even then, whatever model data you do have is unreliable because you have nothing to really compare it to. So it'd be unwise to ask at that range, because I wouldn't be able to give you an accurate answer. All I can say at this point is, at the most right now, the storm track looks favorable for some active weather, but when that will be, I have no idea. Do I like reed timber? Yeah. Starting to get some visibility back on these cameras. Yeah, that was that little frame there where we got that. Probably an extension of the warning. But I don't think this is going to keep its tornado potential for much longer. If anything, it kind of looks like it's starting to go outflow dominant. We're also starting to see that storm vector begin to change here. The motion's starting to lean a little bit more towards what we were forecasting with that southeasterly motion now. We're starting to trend away from the east to west motion that we had before. Yeah, and that's exactly what it is at this point. It's a prediction. Reed's one of the best, so odds are he might be spot on, but there's always that chance that he isn't. Just like it's pretty much the same for me. I'm not gonna lie and say that I'm 100% accurate. From the storm pattern that I'm seeing right now, that I've been seeing right now in the longer range weather models, I would go as far as to say that there are chances where you could have opportunities for storms and flooding. No guarantees though right now. Because if I look at a model that's 2 weeks out from now, I do know one thing, that it's likely going to change. So your area could be in it now, and then it may not be in it later. So I know better than to make promises 2 weeks plus out, because, like I said, I know it can change. Besides, we're still another 8 days away from being at the last day of the month. So that's like 2 or 3 weeks. It's just kind of irrational for me to just say, oh, this is definitely happening. It's unreasonable. Dare I say, irresponsible for me to just guarantee it. Yeah, I'm just your typical weather nerd. I've just been a weather nerd for a really long time, that's all. About 20 plus years of being a weather nerd. Well, really 25. I've been into weather since I was about 4 years old. And I've studied and studied and studied. And despite all of that, there's still so much more to learn. But I love this stuff though, so I don't mind it. In fact, maybe in the near future, maybe in the near future. Oh, they called it confirmed. Wow. Oh, wow. The look on radar made it seem like it was outflow dominant. Wow. That little notch in the back end had to be it. But that is a confirmed tornado just outside of Rolling Fork here. Let's hope that it stays away from the city. Feel free to send that picture on Discord. No videos though, obviously. No videos. Also, if you know of any storm reports, as long as it's not chaser footage. Oh, okay. Well, feel free to send that on Discord and we'll show it. Alright, let's get the radar back up over here. I don't know what happened just now. Let's get Jackson back. Okay, there we go. This looks like it might have passed to the east of Rolling Fork here. Radar definition isn't all that great though. I think that change in a storm vector might be a real reason as to why it might have touched, because it almost looks like it's going outflow dominant, and then it starts shifting back and forth here, almost like the storm is kind of caught in between the two vectors. I think somewhere in that you might be able to get a little bit of an increase in that low level wind shear, because really that's what this environment's been lacking, is just low level shear in general. Let's look at velocity here and make sure. Yeah, it's there. It's not incredibly strong rotation, which is great news considering where this is, but it's there nonetheless. It's a clear sign that something was going on there. It looks like Jason was safe though. It looks like he's behind the storm, so at least he's not caught directly in it, which is probably the worst case scenario. I'm pretty sure that if it's down, it's not very strong. Oh wow, that is a beauty. I'm about to show you guys in just a second, don't worry. So this is in my Discord server, by the way. Isaiah, could you put the do the thing with the Streamlabs bot? Do the thing. I can't speak worth anything tonight. But yeah, this is a very photogenic tornado. Absolutely beautiful. Let me get that camera back up, by the way, in Bama. But yep, that was our tornado right here. It still looks like there's a bit of a circulation here, so I don't think it's quite done yet, but there's a good chance on the ground. It may have been just a brief touchdown, which hopefully it was, because there are other towns in the path of this, by the way. This is there's a Hickman Landing and Tisdale Landing here. And then before long, this is going to be heading towards Louise and Sleepy Hollow if this were to continue onward to the east. Sorry about that, guys. A little bit further behind where that tornado warning is, by the way, or actually off to the north and east of it, we also have a severe thunderstorm with 2-inch hail. Second tornado of the day? Oh, so there was ground circulation. Oh. Is there any pictures? Looks like we're starting to see some clearing over here in Alabama. You can actually see the clouds moving on here. I know that the resolution isn't the greatest, but you can actually see it. Clear as day. But yeah, We're almost out of this, but there's plenty of lightning left over. There's also a severe thunderstorm warning right towards this area that we're looking at. We're not too far away from Haleyville here. This is on I-22 near mile marker 3, it looks like, possibly. Yeah, we're not too far away from Haleyville and Hamilton here. We might be a little bit further off towards the south, actually. Maybe towards Ewan. It's actually 2.5. Oh, it's the largest report has been 2, or the largest confirmed report has been 2. Yeah, see if you can get that confirmed, by the way, if you could. Oh, wow. It's hard to believe that it's really been 2 years. I remember covering that event here. That was the stream right before we got Baconator and Contingents here. And it's ironic that that stream actually crashed. Twice. I think it was during a Florida event. I know you were in Panama City on a vacation. That much I do remember. I don't know if it was because of a tropical system that year, or if it was just some water spouts that were moving on shore. Ah, there you go. I jogged your memory now. I don't remember all of my streams, but I remember that one. Ha! And look at you now, Isaiah. Look at you now. Alright, let's look at radar again. Make sure we got it all. Tornado warning is still in effect, by the way, folks. Looks like we have another storm heading over towards our camera here in Alabama. So we are far from done. We have much more storms, many more storms heading there. Aw, yeah, I figured it roped out. I would have loved to have been there. I'm jealous of Jason. I cannot lie to you, because that looked like a classic supercell. Not too much in the way of like high precipitation or anything like that, too. So it looked like it would have been a beautiful storm to look at. Just hopefully it wasn't too damaging either, which would really be the best case scenario. You get to see a photogenic tornado that didn't harm anyone. Like, that's great. Probably some of the best chases. But yeah, as far as it looks on radar now, I definitely would say that that thing's starting to really weaken a bit. Rotation is becoming more and more broad with each scan here. Because the gate does not look anything near impressive at this point. Let's see what our hail reports are looking like right now. You should be fine tonight, Renita. Thanks for the 5, by the way. But yeah, Georgia should be fine. I expect the hail, just the threat as a whole, to be below severe limits. Might get some thunder and lightning at best. But just not a lot of instability towards our area. So you can easily go to sleep. Not a problem at all tonight. Could be a messy commute in the morning. That's really about it. And that's even if the storms hold together. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really worried about Georgia at all at this point. Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on April 3rd as of right now, and maybe closer towards mid-month there might be something going on. I know over the course of this next week we have that little Death Ridge, which is going to keep things a little bit quieter, which I'm kind of looking forward to. I think we could all use a little bit of a break. Give me time to catch up on some of the outlooks that I want to do, especially for this spring, this summer. So, and then also help me kind of prepare for hurricane season as well. So, looking forward to the break ahead. But yeah, after once April sets in, right back to it. It looks like. Speaking of which, I plan to have a video out tomorrow that discusses what spring could be like for our area. For not our area, but the lower 48 as a whole. Summer video will probably be coming out sometime after that, and then also the final outlook for April coming at the end of the month. So, plenty to go over. Yeah, but I wouldn't expect anything major out of it, Katie. Just maybe some rain. If you're lucky or unlucky, there might be a stronger storm, but I would expect for the most part everything to stay below severe limits. Just not really a whole lot of instability over the state itself. So, you should be safe to go to sleep. Like as these go towards eastern Alabama, they're going to start to run out of steam. I'm honestly surprised there's even a severe thunderstorm warning over towards Huntsville at this point. Oh, wow. Canadian in the stream. All right. Nice to meet you, Mike. Let's see where we're at with this tornado warning here. Doesn't look like they've made any changes to it. I highly doubt that this is on the ground, though, at the moment. We've occasionally covered some stuff even in Ontario. It's always hard to cover the severe weather events, though, in Canada, mainly due to the timing. Usually it'll happen when I'm at work, which really sucks. Yeah, that's true. It has been pretty dry over here over the last week or so. Not much in the way of rain, but we'll get a little something from this. Won't be a lot, but we'll get something. Yeah, that is one of my pet peeves with Environment Canada, man. Like, why do you guys have such big warnings? Like, why? It's only a small storm. Stop. But usually they also have like really big low pressure centers that go right over the provinces. South of the Great Lakes, the Ohio Valley, that wouldn't surprise me. Like I said, at this point, though, it's kind of hard to tell. Like I said, the way the weather pattern is shaping up, it definitely seems feasible. I'm not disagreeing with Reed at all, but I'm not going to guarantee anything until I have more model data available to me. I've seen those models change far too many times to do that. Because I'm just not the type to give false promises. Someone like Reed, though, he kind of can. To a point, I'll say. He learned from some of the best. He worked under some of the best, so to a point, he has a pass to do that. I don't. Yeah, Reed can be a little bit assertive at times. I mean, that's always been known, but he usually does a good job. Sometimes it doesn't work out, though. I mean, that's just how the weather is. Mother Nature has her way of humbling people. And Reed knows that. Anyone that forecasts the weather knows that. I remember a few times I had gotten arrogant and I made some forecasts like 2 weeks in advance and I got burned for it and I got a whole bunch of flack as well. So a lot of this for me is experience. Reed doesn't necessarily hype it too much, but there are a lot of people that do. There are a lot of other people that actually will. And those are the people that you got to be careful of watching. Because if you go by their words, oh boy. By the way, that tornado warning has been indeed allowed to expire. So now we're dealing with 32 severe thunderstorm warnings. My goodness. I don't hear anyone on weather Twitter calling this a bust. That's for sure. I'd say so far that the Storm Prediction Center did a great job today. Up to this point here. What is this here? Hello. I'm going to be keeping an eye on this Polkville storm here. Yeah, I would say so as well. And it kind of went along with what I had talked about in days past as well. I wouldn't go as far. Like I said, I would have never really went as far as to go with an enhanced on this one. I thought 5% tour risk was the right number. Probably right about at this region. The southern sector seems to have verified at this point. Northern sector, I mean, we did have a little something over towards Memphis. That was a little bit more on the unforeseen side for me, but not by much. I wasn't too far off. But we aren't able to see hail. But the thing is, Isaiah, we aren't able to see hail reports on this as of right now. I don't think. I don't think we get storm reports on weather-wise just yet. I haven't seen any features that confirm that we get any sort of reports. And you know those reports sometimes take a while as well. The storms have been more than capable of dropping large hail too, though, so there's that. Oh, there we go. Speaking of hail, I just checked over towards Texas. A lot of you have been sleeping on Texas. Check reports for me if you could, Isaiah. By the way, a lot of you guys, like I said, sleeping on Texas. They got a severe thunderstorm warning for baseball-sized hail. I told you guys. I told you guys. A lot of instability for a relatively untapped environment in Texas. Not the greatest for tornadoes, but definitely would have been good for hail. And this is our baseball-sized hail producer. I think it was right here. No, it's actually back here. Yep, there it is. Just outside of Kerrville. This is right where I predicted it too. I'm having a good day with my forecasting. I'm happy with that. I'm very happy about that. It's showing baseball-sized hail potential now. This actually now has a destructive severe thunderstorm warning because of that too. So like I said, sometimes you're just on the mark. Today this seems like one of those days. I'm very happy. It's not always like this. Ooh, look at that lightning. That is beautiful. Alright guys, I think I'm gonna end the poll though at the very least now. You guys got what you got. Well, actually, I'll give it maybe 2 more minutes. So once the clock hits 7 past the hour on my end, I'm gonna end the poll here. And you got what you got from that point. A lot of you guys said Mississippi, which is a good guess as well. I think a lot of you guys might be sleeping on Texas. Alright, so 2 minutes. Get those votes in. Man, Mrs. Nature's getting me again. Yes, she did. I told you. I told y'all not to do it. Told y'all not to do it, man. You have to have some patience. Yeah, it seems like we have a lot more opportunities ahead, so don't worry. I think you got the last one right. You were praying for a shelfie. Nah, I might not be in the cars tonight for your area. But it isn't over yet. I mean, we gotta see if that cold front ends up passing your area soon. Looks like the storms that are over here are staying below severe limits, so odds aren't necessarily in your favor, but we'll see. Wow, some of y'all are doubling down on Mississippi here. Okay. I think it's gonna come down to Mississippi and Texas here. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Those storms west of Memphis don't look all that impressive on radar. Just a little bit of lightning, but they're very immature right now. They got a little bit of growing up to do. If they're gonna do anything at all. North of Monroe. Let's see if we can't get a good view of that. It'd be really nice if they would fix that radar that was always over there. Or maybe they just discontinued it or whatever. In either case, they need to get that back. Because that leaves a mighty sized radar hole over here between Jackson, Alexandria, and Shreveport here. I can already tell just looking at the reflectivity that there's a nice little bit of inflow there. So it wouldn't surprise me. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. 21 meters squared up against 7, so about 28 meters per second. I hope I'm pronouncing your name Ladarius. Ladarius, I guess. Feel free to correct me. It won't offend me at all. Yeah, hope you're doing all right. Oh, camera's down. Get it back up. It's so hard to keep up with these Alabama cameras. As good as they are, they just go out so quick. And you have to pretty much be on top of them, almost monitoring it 24/7. And even so, eventually it still goes out. Yeah, that might get a warning soon. This is a heads up for anyone that's towards the DR Burn National Wildlife Refuge over towards Sterlington, and then maybe even eventually Collinston and Bastrop. There's a storm that looks like it is trying to spin a little bit here. Dang, that camera already went out. That's crazy. Bottle number 2 down for the stream. Goal is probably about 4. So we're off to a good start. Yeah, that area definitely looks concerning here. And to anyone that doesn't quite know what I was talking about, the next scan came in, it already looks like it's kind of diminishing for the moment. These storms have the tendency of cycling too, so you have to always be watchful. I told you what I tell you. I'm on it today as far as the forecasting goes, which, like I said, I'm really happy about that. Should I go with... I'm trying to figure out which radar site to use. Would really have loved it if we could have gotten a good look at this from the Monroe radar site, but they decided to let that go down. When am I going to do a spring and summer severe prediction? Well, it might be this week, honestly. I don't know. I don't like to really do those too often. I just kind of go over the patterns that have been seen on the models and just kind of go from that point and go off some of the latest trends. But even so, I don't know if that's going to be like my personal prediction. I just kind of more or less go off of a hunch. Honestly, I think Reed does it the same way. I think he just words it differently. He's just a little bit more aggressive with his wording, and I mean, it works, so I can get the views to go along with it. But remember, the guy actually knows what he's talking about, you know? But for me, who doesn't have a meteorology degree, I choose to be a little bit more careful with my wording. I don't want to mislead anyone. I'm not like a lot of these other weather enthusiasts. There are some out there that are very good, and I'm not discrediting those. I'm talking about the doomsayers. That's what I'll call them. I'll call them the doomsayer. But yeah, I'm not one of those. Ouch. That was my hand hitting the table, by the way, folks. It actually kind of hurt. I have 10 billion notifications on my phone right now. Yep, we're going into what's called an Enzo neutral phase over there. It's a little area that everyone calls El Nino, the El Nino region. And I mean, they're not wrong, but it's technically called the Southern Oscillation here. And that usually influences a lot of the weather that we have over the lower 48 as a whole. Of course, there's a couple other oscillations that I like to look at too. The oscillations that I like to look at for the US too, that are really prevalent with our air masses along with Enzo, would be the AO and the NAO. The NAO is a little less relevant during the springtime, but the AO, however, can always throw a little wild card into things, so I look at that as well. Because at the end of the day, I kind of keep things real simple. I try to really just point out where I see the best chances for a collision in the air masses. Because you aren't going to get severe weather without a thunderstorm at the beginning. And then you look at the other ingredients, and then you kind of just pin it all together. One of the biggest things I guess that I would be missing would probably be more along the lines. I wouldn't say that yet, Mike. Sure, I don't even know which area you are, which area you're even in, to be honest. Dang, stinking camera, man, I tell you. Every 90 seconds. If you're out towards the southwest, I can kind of understand. I can say that the... Oh. Okay. Oh yeah, you and... Oh yeah, I remember now. You and Makabet both are from there. So yeah, y'all kind of need a La Nina, but crazy thing is, last year we had a La Nina. It's just you guys ended up getting it stiff just a little bit here, but I remember the last time we had neutral Enzo, there was a little bit more activity towards that region. I'll be keeping my eyes out on the trends here to see what happens for that area. Obviously, during this time of year, it stays pretty dry, unfortunately. So, hopefully, when monsoon season comes, you'll get a little bit of what you want. Just hopefully, you don't get too much of a good thing at once, because then that turns into a problem in its own right. Oh no. Gotta be joking. I was hoping that that wasn't going to be the case either. Oh, north of there. I mean, you still don't want the damage either way, but let's hope it was yeah, you said it was minor though, so hopefully everyone did what they were supposed to do and they stayed safe. It's hard to say. It's kind of hard to judge a tornado's strength just off of a still shot too. Based on the motion though, you never know. Oh, it was? Well, that makes me feel a little better. Let's just hope that everybody got out of it unharmed. Oh, good joke, jeez, I don't know how to feel about that one. Dang. But yeah, you are right about the Enzo. None's a guarantee there, but maybe I'm still trying to learn about that area when it comes to monsoon season. I don't know how much influence PDO has on that since it's decadal. I need to do a lot more research on the PDO in general. Sheesh. I might need to grab something to eat here in a little bit. So that way I'm ready. Got $half size hail reported with the storm that's on the Louisiana Texas line here. I think it's this one that's just outside of San Augustine. This is the one that's closest to the border. But yeah, that's confirmed $half size hail. That's 1 1/4 inch hail. So far, I haven't seen any hail greater than 2 inches right now. In the last few minutes, I should say. We've already had a couple of reports already. You know, the other ironic thing about mentioning Joplin is yesterday they had a few hailstorms of their own. Hey, what's up, Baconator? You missed a little bit. You've had a couple of tornadoes today. We've had baseball-sized hail. We still have a crap ton of severe thunderstorm warnings. We still have about 26. Also, Baco, it's the end of an era, bud. You're a maniac trying to do that, man. That's crazy. 36 miles on 3 hours of sleep is insane. Like, that is not something that that you will see me doing too quickly. Especially at my big age now. Gotta save a little. You gotta save yourself. You gotta save a little bit of yourself. Just a little bit. But, yeah, also, Baconator, it's the end of an era today. After the 28th, we will no longer be subscribed to Radar Omega. Appreciate all that they did for the time we had them, but the performance has gotten to be a little bit too poor. That, and they take up so much CPU on my computer, man. That's honestly why I'm on Weatherwise right now. Stream actually crashed earlier. Also, I need to get me some food. I'm starving now. I'm gonna actually have to take a little break here, guys. And grab a bite to eat. The radar will still be in full screen here. I just won't be doing commentary for about 5 minutes, maybe a little less than 10 minutes tops. course, the camera went out. Couldn't expect that to stay on. Appreciate everyone who stuck around. I tried not to be gone for too long. Trying to make sure that I'm not too loud while I'm eating. That's a little too heavy for you guys. I apologize. Still getting some beautiful lighting from these cameras over here. Hey, Blondie. Just trying to refuel to get towards the tail end of this stream here. I'll probably be on for maybe another hour and a half at the rate things are going. Yes, ma'am. Have we lost all our severe thunderstorm warnings? Okay, there we go. I was about to say, what happened? We just had 21 severe thunderstorm warnings just suddenly vanish? I was like, can't be. Now we're struggling to get reflectivity up there. Is there an issue right now with weather-wise? Ooh, look at that flash. Alright, now that we're done eating, we can get back to it here. Back full singe. Alright, so here's what I'm thinking I might do here. We all know that eventually I'm gonna have to go to bed so I can get ready for work. But obviously, if the tornado threat somehow ramps up, which I don't expect it to, I might go to 10:30 and then call it a night. Okay. Is there any particular region that you guys want to look at this point? Ooh, there's a flash flood. There's a section of flash flood warnings here. I think that's where we're going to shift our coverage to for now, up until the end of the stream. I think the worst of the severe threat from northern Alabama is about to end here. Once this part of the line passes, that's end game. It's all of these little features right here that we're watching now at this juncture. So the good news is it looks like this event's going to end a little earlier than what was previously forecast. We also did have earlier initiation too, so it kind of makes sense. I think the area that we're going to be still watching as we get later into the evening and the overnight is going to be this corridor between, I would say maybe Hondo, just off to the west of San Antonio, all the way up towards maybe Shreveport, and areas further to the south. This is an area that still has a lot of instability left over. So as a result, these guys are going to probably see severe storms late into the night. There's no real low-level energy here, so the tornado threat's going to end up being pretty low, but the hail threat's actually going to be high. We've seen thunderstorm warnings here with potential for up to baseball-sized hail here. Well, it kind of dropped off for now, but like I said, there's still a lot of energy out here. We were looking at readings for CAPE here, or instability. We were still seeing areas that were hitting about 2,000 plus joules per kilogram around this time frame here. So I would expect to still see some pretty large hail before all is said and done here, even after the stream ends. But warnings have dropped off in coverage here, so that is a positive sign. Maybe we could get an earlier end to the event. Trying to see if there's any more lightning over here towards northwest Alabama. Then we'll probably be shifting our attention strictly to Mississippi at this point. That's where our heavy rain threat is highest now. Not too many areas where we have the flash flood warning, which we could get like a visual of anything as of right now. Slightly unfortunate, but not the worst thing in the world. Probably see these storms. We could probably watch these storms head into Starkville though. These cameras are not ideal. We're facing to the east. We want to be able to look to the west. There we go. This is Mississippi 12th at Montgomery Street. Yeah, those storms are pretty strong. Make no mistake about it. Even though they're not tornado producers, there's going to be a lot of hail and a lot of lightning with them. Yeah, those storms are pretty strong right there. And those are probably going to remain pretty strong, at least over the course of the next few hours, even after I get offline. Yeah, we're starting to see a decrease in those severe thunderstorm warnings now. Very positive sign at this point. Yeah, honestly, you are right about that, Shiori. Still lightning in northwest Alabama. Just does not want to stop. Has to be. Has to be an update coming. I wonder if there's an update coming for my computer too. I mean, it's only had one crash, considering all the streaming that we've done over the last few weeks. Because we really racked in the hours. We could hit 1,000 hours just from this month alone. So, or 1,000 watch hours from this month alone. So, if I at least cut that into third, it's still almost 500 hours just making content, potentially. So, overall, man, that's a lot of content, and there's still days left to go in March. Thankfully, the weather's going to calm down, but the content will not be stopping. Still some Major League Lightning left over. So I just looked up the metric. We're at about 825 watch hours, not including what we've gotten today. So, we could easily hit 1,000 possibly. That's freaking crazy. I don't think we've ever had a month where we've hit 1,000. I think this is actually our most watch hours that we've ever had during any month. Thanks, Blondie. See what this warning has to offer here. Okay, so 60-mile-per-hour winds. Well, that's a nice little backward C shape there. I don't think this is going to maintain a lot of its strength over here. Storms are really looking like they're starting to lose a lot of their oomph here. A lot of the fire that they had earlier. I mean, there's still a few that are pretty strong, like this one, for example. Even looks like it could try and rotate, but I would go as far as to say this rotation already looks like it could be broad. Well, there is something right there. It's so broad, but this one as well, but those still need to be watched. This looks interesting though. Yep, tornado possible with this. So this could end up getting a warning here possibly for the next little bit. This is another one that's near Rolling Fork, but it will stay north of town, thankfully. But nonetheless, though, we have to be extra watchful of this one. Let's go ahead and get a better radar view here. We're going to go with Jackson. But yeah, right up in here. Excuse me. That might be where our rotation is. Yeah, it's that little notch right up in here. Man, there's still so much lightning. It's incredible to watch over towards Alabama right now. It's incredible lighting. Times beautiful too. It could be something that tries to spin up over here just outside of Hollandale. Southern half of this line still has a little bit of intensity to it. Oof, look at that lightning. One of my favorite aspects of storms, really, but one that still has to be respected, lightning. It's absolutely beautiful, but we know how dangerous it could be. Alright guys, we only have a little less than 20 minutes left to stream before we go to bed. Just looks like things are quieting down, minus that one that I'm keeping an eye on with the tornado possible tag on it. Looks like it's trying to go outflow dominant, but you never know with these little linear segments. They have those little bounded weak echo regions that come in. And whenever they do, they often will try to spin up something real quick. Sometimes it doesn't even get caught. These often are some of the more dangerous ones because of the fact that they don't get caught quickly enough. Sometimes you end up having to react to it. And it'll literally be on the ground for maybe a minute, maybe even less than that. But that's usually all it could take to turn someone's life upside down here. Speaking of which, there it is. There's that tornado warning. We were leery of it. Let's go ahead and take a look at it. This is towards Amory and Haley, actually. This is a different area. So it looks like this ramped up, and now we have a tornado warning right on the state line here. These are for the count. This is for Monroe County, and then soon this is going to make its way into Alabama. And then we're going to see Lamar County end up being under severe thunderstorm warning as well, or tornado warning soon, possibly. Going to be kind of hard to see what's going on here, given the fact that we're really close to the radar. So not going to be the best picture when it comes to rotation, but we're still going to give it a shot anyway. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see. The problem that we have here is that the radar is looking too low. Or the radar is not able to look low enough into the atmosphere to see exactly what's going on because of the proximity. The beam kind of angles up like this, and if the storm's right on top of you to the point where you can't see, that's usually why. So unfortunately, it looks like in this case we aren't going to get any sort of good radar imagery for at least a few minutes. The storm itself is moving at 25 miles an hour, so it could actually be a while before this gets moving to a point where we can actually get good radar data again. It does seem like there is something going on right here, though. I'd say if I were a betting man that this would be the point of interest right here. Could be a couple other scattered points as well, but like I said, it's kind of hard to see with the radar proximity becoming an issue. We're not going to get anything good like along the lines of gate-to-gate values or anything like that. So it's an uphill battle. You can see how we had good picture leading up to the warning, and then right around the time where it got issued, that's when we started to lose that texture on radar. Got yet another rain shower moving through northwestern Alabama here. It's got a nasty little look to it as well. The storm towards brilliant. Or it did. Still looks like it's outflow dominant for right now, at least. I might push this to 11, but I can't go any further than that. That is the absolute limit for me. Depends on how many of you are still watching, too. If there's still 10 or more of you still live, watching at live time, then I'll stick around till 11. If not, I'll probably just go to bed. So I do have to work tomorrow. I don't know if we'll end up getting a delayed start because of the showers that might roll through, but we'll have to see how it pans out. So we're 3 bottles in. We just have 1 more to go, and we've met the goal for the night. 40-ish minutes. Well, we'll see. It's up to you guys whether or not I end up sticking around. Well, it seems at least you're watching, Shiori, which I appreciate. It depends on what, like, a lot of it's going to depend on what this storm ends up doing, what this storm ends up doing. It seems like my storm that I was watching over here towards, no, it wasn't this one. It was a little further off to the south. Or was it? Yeah, this one looks like it's dying. There was one more of these that I was watching that had some that had a little bit of concern. Oh, you're talking about the water. I thought you were talking about the stream. Oh, yeah. I'm trying not to immediately send myself to the bathroom, because I feel it coming. I want it to be natural. I don't want to embarrassingly just like stumble over everything on the way to the bathroom. I'll give myself 5 minutes, and then it'll probably then I'll probably be heading to the bathroom, and after that we'll probably crack it open, and then, yeah, figure it out. I'll figure it out one way or another. But more than likely, I will have that 4th bottle. I can be pretty clumsy sometimes. You can ask my coworkers. Speaking of which, I gotta check what the weather's gonna be like in the morning for my area. We're starting to see that lightning finally downtrend in northwest Alabama. It took long enough. Sure, it took long enough. Yeah, this still looks like it's pretty outflow dominant. I think it's probably going to end up staying that way. So, really, it's just this storm in this bounded weak echo region that we're watching right now. It's interesting how this thing is kind of formed into like line segments as a whole here. And look at that, rotation's already starting to weaken. But that's what makes these so dangerous, is the fact that these storms will start to spin up real fast. And they'll drop a tornado, and sometimes it'll still be strong. This environment's not really well suited for it in this case. But what'll often end up happening is you'll get a quick little spin up like this. It could touch down for literally about a minute, maybe two at best. Lifts again, but the damage is done by that point. That's why you can't take them lightly. Oh, yeah, it looks like it might. Yep. And speaking of which, know my body well, because I gotta go to the bathroom. I will be right back. Alright, we're back. Alright, get the camera back. We're set to go. This camera back too while we're at it. Oh, they allowed that warning to expire now. That doesn't really surprise me given the way it was looking on radar. We'll be right about on time for this stream to end. You know what? Just for you, Shiori, before we go. That should be, it's gonna be close to 4. Huh. What would be really funny is if I had one of those drinking horns. I would have bought them at that Amon Amarth concert, at the Amon Amarth concerts I went to years ago, but those cost way too much. It's like several $100 easily. A drinking horn? Oh, it would have been to drink water in this case. I'm not really like a heavy drinker or anything. It's been a while since I even bought a beer, really. So there's that. But let's sift through these warnings really quick just to make sure we got everything covered. Okay, no tornado possible tags with this storm from this point. It looks like. This got a tour possible. Nope. Radar indicator. Okay, those look weak. Oh wow, 70 mile per hour gust with that though. It's still impressive in its own right. Don't look quite as impressive on radar though now. So it, okay, there we go, because we were looking at the wrong site. Still gotta be watchful of these little notches. It might be enough to keep me on here. I don't know. But at least we met the stream goal for water. Nothing else. Whether we stay or go. What do we got here? I understand that. Yeah, I'll have a drink every once in a while, but it's not like I never really had the desire to keep doing it. Like some people just drink on the reg. I don't understand how you can do it. It's not my thing. So this one's confirmed. We have golf ball size hail confirmed with this, along with 60 mile per hour gust. This is over towards Texas. Texas is still looking pretty hot. $50 size hail with this one. Alright guys, it looks like I'm probably going to be calling it here in the next couple of minutes. I want to stick around, but I know I need to go to bed. Then on top of that, I got to try to pull this video together for tomorrow for you guys. Because spring is pretty much here at this point now. It's officially spring now, as of today, or as of yesterday. So there's that. So of course the final spring outlook will be out by tomorrow. And then we'll be looking towards hurricane season and summer soon. So those videos are going to be getting made soon as well. So plenty of content left. Plenty of content ahead for you guys, along with any other future severe weather setups here. But with all that in mind here, we've done our brief little overview. It looks like, for the most part, if we're going to see any chance of a tornado, it would be somewhere between Greenwood and Columbus if we get another tornado warning here. I wouldn't rule out activity further over towards Monroe, between Monroe and Jackson as well. Instability will be dropping off from that point though, so the chances are going to further decrease as we get into the evening. As far as anyone over here between Tyler, Texas, over towards San Antonio, I expect a pretty active night. Expect some large hail, some strong winds. Tornado threat will be relatively low. Almost would go as far as to say 0, but I would say less than 2%. Be on the safe side. With all that in mind here, let's go ahead and call this one a night. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a good night.